Hello, hello. Welcome, brothers, sisters, family. Welcome. This is my first broadcast, and I have so much that I'd love to say and to, just to get everyone's input as well, as many people as I can, I should say, to get their input, so therefore this channel is definitely mostly dedicated to the truth and faith and spirit, you understand, not branching into anything religious, but also not branching into anything that is political, right? But definitely we would love to discuss. I would like for us to discuss and highlight things that have been hidden, or once hidden and now is found. So, I give thanks to everyone for being here, who is tuning in on this YouTube channel. Now I'm just actually have my phone up and driving on the way to meet a friend, family, I should say, not friend, family. So this channel, Malak-YAH, actually I really want to highlight the name Covenant in Zion, because I would love to discuss a little bit more of my path that I've been through, and the destiny of us and people, all people, that is, on the face of this earth, because I give thanks, and I must say I give thanks to the Most High Yah. All right, and I'll go a little bit more in depth in regards to aspects of the spirit, how I've grown from literally a seed to a plant, right? A actual plant that is growing into a tree right now, right? With leaves and branches and all. So this is going to be a fun-filled journey, people. I said this is just going to be a fun-filled journey. Definitely want to talk about things that are of interest, that are at heart for some. I know that there are some who's not going to like what I have to say, but there are also some who are going to definitely be encouraged by the words I have to say. All right, so as my first broadcast, I'd just like to go a little bit into current affairs as to what is happening now. Right now, the atmosphere has, what I would say, has been a little, it's very hard to put a finger on it, but there's just a lot in the atmosphere that is taking place spiritually. And I know there are many of us who are trying to make sense of what is really going on and how it's going to affect our future going forward, each individual as well as peoples, right? So we'll definitely go in depth on that as well. I definitely like to talk about the aspect of the Most High Yah. All right, and I call him by his name Yahweh. Some say Yahweh, some say Yahweh, some say different words. different names, right? But one thing that I am learning and understanding since my journey is that you will never know the full truth in one spot. It's always here a little, there a little. You're never ever gonna get all the truth in one book. You're not gonna get it in one location. You're not gonna get it from one person, right? The truth has been scattered and has been that way for a long time. But the beauty about right now is that the truth is coming back together. It is coming back together. All right, and it is standing on its own. So let no one tell you that, oh, this is that. Listen, the truth speaks for itself. It stands on its own. No one needs to argue about the truth. When I say truth, there are many truths, right? Some people say there are many truths. There's your truth, there's my truth, but listen, there's only the truth. That's what I'd say. I always tell people that there's only the truth. Right? Everyone see me driving down the road now, right? So you see me driving down the road. So isn't that the truth? Can you see it? Right. So if someone say, hey, he's not driving on the road, but yet you're seeing for yourself, isn't the truth standing on its own? It's a perfect example. All right. And if you reject it, then you must be in an illusion. All right. Okay, so let me speak a little bit about my journey. All right. I'm not going to make this video too long. So I was born in Jamaica, the island of Jamaica, beautiful island of Jamaica. You know, I give thanks for the people. Beautiful island of Jamaica. So at the age of, my spiritual journey began at the age of about 18. Yes, it was 18 or 19. Sorry, it was about age 19. So a little over 20 years ago, about 21 years ago. And this all began from a dream that I had. It didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a cross between a vision, a dream, and reality. Very hard to explain. But I awoke to a voice. I don't remember what I dreamt about that point in time, but I woke to a very deep and commanding voice. And this voice said, "Arise, son of David, son of Nebuchadnezzar." Now, as the voice spoke, it's as if I could see all around me in that room where I was laying, and the atmosphere shook. It was a mighty commanding voice, like the very air shook, like everything shook when the voice spoke. And all I remember is as the voice completed speaking, I sat right up, and it's as if I was dead, but I was now risen, and my eyes opened. And since that day, I've never been the same. I have never been the same, because before that, I never knew who Nebuchadnezzar was, because I never read the Bible much. So the only thing I remember was asking someone the question, who was Nebuchadnezzar, because I never knew who he was. But I heard the name being called. And that time I was told Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon. And he, and it was spoken of how, Yahweh humbled him, because he was wanting people to worship him, be like a Elohim. And he was humbled, brought down to be like a beast for a period of time, and then he rose back up, and he had to give praise to the Elohim of Israel, right? So it's very telling. Now, I knew who King David was, and for some reason I knew from the moment I heard about Nebuchadnezzar, I knew that the aspect of the dream that said, or the voice that said son of David, I knew it had to do with King David. Now, I'm going to tell you, family, since then, I've never been the same. Never been the same. Spiritually, I've never been the same. Right? Had a lot of supernatural experience. Had a lot of things that were revealed. And I'm wondering how they got revealed to me just by mere asking. Like, it's just a bunch of supernatural things that started happening. It's too much to list. I'll probably list them some other time. But since then, I've never been the same. So, my journey began then. My journey began then to find out, number one, where did this voice come from? Number two, why was I called son of David, son of Nebuchadnezzar? Now, there are a lot of things that we could speculate in that regard, but the name of two kings, actually, the name of two very great kings, because King David was the greatest king of all from Israel, and Nebuchadnezzar, we know, was king of Babylon. All right, and he was the one who led Israel into captivity out of their land, right, from Babylon. So, very telling, very, very telling, very powerful. And, I've always been asking people questions, searching. I've been on a lifelong search. It brings to light the aspect of when people say, or when our ancestors would say, I was lost, but now I'm found, blind, but now I see. Very much so. Family, I begin there, and that is the beginning of my journey. And I tell you what, it has been pleasant in my discoveries ever since. For one, the voice that spoke to me, and for two, who I found out that I am, and who I know who I am. Put it that way. I now know who I am. Was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Alright. So, I think I'll just keep the video short for the first intro. I know tonight, this is November 29th, 2020. So I know tonight, I think it's going to be after midnight though. There's going set to be a lunar eclipse. This lunar eclipse is going to be a very important mark in the Shamayim, in the heavens. And I'm very much looking forward to what is to come. Alright. So on that note, just keep track, subscribe, like, share. All right. I'm gonna get a lot of things organized for this channel. You know, hopefully to put together a podcast with it, also to share it on other channels too, other platforms too, as well. You know, have the works going, because I have a message to deliver, and I have plenty of messages to deliver. Let me say this, and these messages do not come from me. It does not come from any dark place, but it comes from the true source of life, our Creator. All right. So as we go forward, I'll definitely try to do a video as much as I can, because I know the more I do, the more the message will be brought forth to the people. So on that note, shalom.